On Sunday, the 27th of January 2019, the Lagos State All Progressives Congress APC governorship candidate in the 2019 election, Mr. Babajide Sanwo, was hosted to a grand house reception at one of Nigeria's leading celebrity hangouts, the Night Shift Coliseum, Salvation Road, Okpebi, Ikeja, Lagos. The grand house reception for the APC governorship candidate, Mr. Babajide Sanwo, attracted top politicians, captains of industry, and friends of the Night Shift Coliseum, Okpebi, Ikeja, Lagos. The Lagos State APC governorship candidate in the 2019 election, Mr. Babajide Sanwo, and his wife, Dr. Mrs. Ibijoke Sanwo, were present at the event. Prominent among the attendees were the running mate of the Lagos State APC governorship candidate in the 2019 election, Dr. Obafemi Hamzat, Lagos State APC Chairman, Chief Tunde Balogun, Senators Musli Obanikoro, Olorinimbe Mamora, and Ganiu Solomon, co-founder of Eco Hospital, Dr. Olurogun Sani Kuko, renowned Nigerian lawyer and his wife, Mr. and Mrs. Ebu Shofunde, Nigerian top pilot, Captain Chris Najomo, the Chairman and CEO, Biscon Communications, Prince Bisiol Atilo, Deputy Speaker, Lagos State House of Assembly, Honorable Wasiu Eshilokun, Director General, Babajide Sanwo Campaign Organization, Honorable Tayo Ainde, Women Leader of the APC in Lagos State, Honorable Jumoke Okoya Thomas, Former Minister of State for Defense, Honorable Demola Seriki, APC Southwest Women Leader, Mrs. Kemi Nelson, among other distinguished guests. The grand house reception at the Night Shift Coliseum kicked off with the national anthem led by Yinka Nathan. The opening credit of the Night Shift Coliseum and the grand house reception was said by Cynthia Yinkiri, the daughter of the governor of the Night Shift Coliseum.
What is the Night Shift Coliseum grand house reception? To some, it means an opportunity to relax on a night out in town. To others, it's an opportunity and an avenue for networking. And to most, it's that opportunity to address your concerns and allay your doubts. But for us, the idea was to redefine the entertainment industry in Nigeria. Over 27 years, we have had an incredible journey. But sir, Babajide Sanwo, I dare say tonight you're in great hands. We expect to know you more and to hear what plans you have for Lagos. We want to say welcome to the Night Shift Coliseum and welcome to the Night Shift Grand House reception.
After which, Yinka Nathan, in collaboration with the Platinum Blazers, entertained guests with very cool quality music. Popular Nigerian veteran comedian Okechukwu Anthony Onyebule, popularly known as Okebakase, also put smiles on the faces of guests with some of his very funny jokes. The governor of the Night Shift Coliseum, Mr. Ken Kelebulumesi, in his address, appreciated the presence of the APC governorship candidates, Mr. Babajide Sanwo, and other dignitaries present.
Gentlemen, today it's a big day for the Coliseum. Today is a bigger day for all of us gathered here tonight. We are hosting our friend, and I am told that his program today is very tight, but I have to crave your indulgence that here we set the rules at the Coliseum. We invited you and we shall be happy that you will be with us for the period we want to, but we shall try to skip some of the programs to accommodate your own tight schedule. Make sure that we fast track most of the events so you can have other schedule to do. Thank you very much.
The citation of Mr. Babajide Sanwo was read by Godwin Asukwo, a broadcaster with Cool FM. A plaque of honor was later presented to the special guest, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, by the wife of renowned Nigerian lawyer, Mrs. Ebun Shofunde, after which he was decorated by the co-founder of Eco Hospitals, Dr. Olurogun Sonekuko, who is a senior member of the club, as a mark of honor for his official induction into the Platinum section, which is the highest section of the night shift Coliseum.
I prefer incoming to governor in waiting, but the night shift Coliseum is very proud to have you here. We have a role of honor, which we have joined. Not only are we honoring you, you are honoring us by being part of us. And we wish you success. And we are sure that the good things will come. And your wife is my colleague. Isn't that so? I know. So that even makes it more important that we give you all the camaraderie. Congratulations, and may you succeed in your ambition.
The toasts were in 3 categories. The first, for the special guest of honor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu. The second, for Lagos State. And the third, for the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The toasts were proposed by veteran broadcaster, Mr. Taiwo Bileye.
This toast is to wish you well in your aspirations, to wish you success at the polls, to wish you health, to wish you wisdom, to wish you strength to bear the burden you will bear when you are in office after the polls. And so the first of the toasts will be for you and your team and your success. So ladies and gentlemen, just drink to Sanwo-Olu.
During the interactive session, the Lagos State APC governorship candidate in the 2019 election, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, answered questions on infrastructure, revenue generation, employment among Lagos youth, housing, traffic, among other matters. Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who came across as somebody who has a total grasp of most of the problems in Lagos State, having played a major part in governance in the last 15 years, took his time to answer all the questions in such a way that he threw more light in areas that were hitherto not properly understood by the public, thereby acquitting himself creditably in the long run.
Night shift in itself I've lived almost all entertainment center in Lagos, and I want to thank the governor himself for giving me this honor and honoring me with a grand house reception. I think it's very unique. It's something that I hold very dear to my heart. And I want to, on behalf of my wife, thank all of the grand patrons and the governor himself, Caleb Senodumese, for doing us this honor. I want to thank you and put this on our record. Just very quickly to the questions. The first one was, how do we fuse Lagos together? I think that's a very important question, and it's a question that if you want to come and rule a state like this, it's something you should have given a very deep thought. And how we're going to do that, and which is part of the things we've been saying on our campaign trail. We want to run a government that is inclusive. We want to run a government that listens. We want to run a government that is going to be transparent. Inclusiveness will mean that all of the various stakeholders that you know or that you identify, you must certainly talk to them. You must ensure that what you are about is not just for a particular set of people. It must be something that you've thought of. You have a process of identifying who are the critical stakeholders in Lagos, who needs to be intervened, who needs to be consulted, who needs to be intervened with at all points. And by doing that, what you will do is to ensure that you are putting up programs that has the greatest good for the greatest number, and ensuring that all of the things you do in respect of your religion, your ethnicity, your creed, your belief, that it is what is critical to the generality of Lagosians, law-abiding Lagosians, that you continue to do. And you make development as even, as spread around as possible. 24-hour economy and entertainment industry, what are we going to do? In my fingertips, Mr. Chief Okoroji, you can see that I have a view of you in my thought process. It's a to-do list for us. It is such an important arm. You know, just coming out from Davos 4 or 5 days ago, we've talked about it. After Hollywood, Bollywood is Nollywood. But just beyond even the Nollywood, you said it. You know, we need to bring back a 24-hour economy. And how we're going to be doing that is to ensure that we can light up all of the blighted areas in Lagos and bring security right around the corner. The moment people have security right around the corner, and you can see the whole place is lit up, it will encourage investment and it will encourage people to come out, right? And we'll be exactly. I think the second question is from Adedoyin, confidence around the revenue that has been collected and how we're going to get people to do it. Well, I mean, that's also one of your own job, but really, as the governor, part of the things we need to do is to be able to say to people, what are we doing with their money? For as long as we have a budgetary process where people can go and test, where you can say that you will be having development all around everywhere. So if you go to a location now, you should be able to say to them that these are the developments we're doing in your neighborhood. It doesn't necessarily have to be on your street, but at least in your neighborhood, this is what we're doing. The moment they can do that, and part of the things we need to do, where is they doing LIRS? You should also make sure that every year on year, you have an idea of what the government projects are. You cannot sit in your office too and assume that you have gone to collect a lot of money from someone. So what we will do is we'll work with LIRS, you are an independent body, and have a to-do list. See, Mr. Governor, what are you doing in this area? What are you doing in this area? So that when you are going, you are armed. You get to Surulere, you say, no, wait, they said they are going to repair your hospital in this area. They said they are going to repair your stadium in this area. They said they are going to do this. This is the budget. It's there. So it becomes you also need to do that backroom work and get sure that you are informed. You're going to ask someone, is like a banker going to meet, you know, a company? You need to know what to sell to the person. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to equip you with information that you take along when you're going on your marketing calls to ease, you know, your conversation. You're not just coming to ask for tax. You are saying to them, this is what in your area, these are the things from the budget they said they are going to do. And that way, it will make your work a lot easier. I think I've answered the question from Cornell. The last one is from Elao. She's asking if we're still going to continue with the Lagos Homes project. Yes, we're going to continue. Elao, yes, we're going to continue. Okay, well, we're going to continue. Yes, we are. I know about it. I was in LSPC. I know all of the things we've done in housing. We are certainly going to continue, and be rest assured. Tell your other people, as you have benefited, they will also benefit very, very soon. When I was a commissioner for establishment training and pension, in my resume, I was the one that Fashola used to set up the Security Trust Fund. Very rarely. And what the Security Trust Fund did at that time was, within the first 1 year, we were able to scale up the capacity of the Nigerian Police Force. Actually raised over 400 vehicles for the Nigerian Police Force, and we built the Control and Command Center, which had the 767-112 in Lagos. However, this was 10 years ago. So you can't continue to rely on all of the things you've done several years back to work today. So what we're going to do is to see if we need to review and reorganize the Security Trust Fund. What are the challenges they have today? We've all been talking about restructuring in this country, and we said it's about time we have state policing. If we have state police, we will be able to equip them well, we'll be able to finance them well, and we'll be able to know where are the various black spots that all of the various men of the Nigerian police are doing, so that we can very well hit the conversation very quick, and I would believe that they are going to do it very soon. Right, so the issues will be around law enforcement, knowing where the black spots are, but more importantly is to wrap up issues around investigation. So part of the things we'll be doing is to install CCTV camera in all strategic part of the city, so that we also can even take back information and see what is happening. You know, so we will do that, and even if it happens, at least we can play back and track, you know, what are they. On traffic, traffic is the first solution by God's grace that we're going to solve. And on the T, the first T there is traffic management and transportation. So I know that we have over 60 traffic gridlocks in Lagos, and we'll be looking at each one of them very uniquely. Each one has a unique issue. The one right in front of Opebi and the junction is different from when you go to Iba. It's different from when you go to Allen Roundabout. It will be different from the one you have at Koshofe. It will be different from the one you have at Limoshe. So each one of them, we need to look at them differently and solve the traffic issues. The second question was from Engineer Felix. He wants to know, how do we tackle the infrastructural deficit? Engineer Felix, thank you very much. I also will say to you, sir, that when I was in government again, we were the first that set up the PPP office in the whole of this country. We were the first that set up a PPP office, which was meant to work with the private sector to develop infrastructure. That office, I imagine it's not at the level that it should be now. So our strategy is to walk back and see how we're going to fix that very, very soon. I am an infrastructure person. That's all I've done, right? And so I understand the concept about using PPP to fast-track infrastructure development. All they will need is to have a regulatory environment that speaks to all of the challenges, and so they can come on the table and solve the solutions with you. The third question, which is from the young lady that came out, her name is Labelle. She's talked about housing and that what am I going to do with the landlord evicting her and the rent from the landlord. I imagine with issues of rent, it is a transaction, it's an offer and an acceptance, right? Your landlord will have said to you, it is X amount. You are the one that have seen the house to have said that it's agreeable with you. So at the end of the year, if you cannot pay it again and it says you should leave, I imagine there's a procedure. No landlord will just evict you. There's a law, there's a Lagos state law that supports the tenant against the landlord. There's a Lagos state law that supports the tenant against the landlord. So it's just to ensure that you also live within the rules and regulations of whatever it is you and your landlord has agreed to. Maybe the landlord has said to you, don't come home at 2 a.m. If you come home at the end of the year, the man wants to evict you or so. We don't know what the issues are, but there's a law that protects the tenants as against the landlord. And the law also states that you should not pay more than 1 year rent at any point in time.
In keeping with the tradition that has long existed since the inception of the Grand House reception for dignitaries from different spheres of life, which dates back to 1992, Mr. Babajide Sanwo appended his signature on the register of the Night Shift Coliseum to mark his historic appearance on the program. After that, Yinka Nathan, with the Platinum Blazers Band, performed all night as guests enjoyed the great vibes. From Biscon Communications, we congratulate the governor of the Night Shift Coliseum, Okpebi Ikeja, Lagos, on a successful hosting of the Grand House reception for Mr. Babajide Sanwo, the Lagos APC governorship candidate in the 2019 election.